If you have fun everywhere but at your job, if you feel fulfilled and happy and all the things everywhere but at your job, then your life cannot be fully fulfilled because your job is where you spend most of your time. If it's where you spend most of your time, then it's taking up most of your life. If it is taking up most of your life, you cannot say, I am happy with my life. Oh, I just only hate my job. You are not separate you. You're one you. Corporate culture is a thing that is silent and sneaky and deadly all at the same time. If you are working someplace where you feel like there's an air of confusion, where you feel undervalued and unappreciated, if you feel like you don't have any direction, hope, or a way up or out, you probably are working someplace with an unclarified corporate culture. And while you might think that the term corporate culture only matters to people that are making decisions or the quote, big bucks. Nope, it matters for you too. No matter where you are in your career, no matter what you're doing, no matter how you are traversing your everyday life, the culture of the company matters because it affects how you are able to grow and thrive. There are a few episodes that we've kind of discussed where we talk about how your value being undervalued is in fact, a misplacement for you. One of the things that I'm deeply concerned about in all of this is that you are not misaligned with your work. You spend too much time working to be misaligned with what you are doing, and not just what you are doing, but where you are doing it. So there's two considerations here. One, where you're working in a career that's misaligned. You've assigned yourself to a work sphere as a segment of a career that doesn't actually fit who you are. And the other side of that is that you're working for a company that's misaligned. One where your career path is in alignment with what the company does, but the way that the company does it or the way that you are treated inside of that space, it's not what's best for you. So what we talk about here, while we are calling it uncultured and while we are discussing corporate culture, what we're really talking about is you and how your work fits into your life, and not that your life should then fit the work. So that's what I want to talk about now, that your life is meant to be designed on purpose. It's meant to have intentionality so that you are living the best version of your own life. The job is meant to fuel that life. It's not the other way around. Far too many people spend their time going to get a job and trying to fit a life around that job. So you're working late hours, you're neglecting your family. So you're overworking yourself and you're neglecting yourself. You're getting ill and not realizing that there's a parallel between the way that you are trying to force yourself into some sort of career path or job or workplace, and you're completely neglecting the life that you're building. If you are not actively and intentionally building your life, you're missing the point. This life is meant to be enjoyed and lived thoroughly. You get one. Now listen, I spend a lot of time in a lot of different circles with a lot of different people that believe a lot of different things. Yeah. So don't come for me about the multiple lives and the rebirths and let's just, at least for now, focus on the idea that you have this one. You have one chance to be your best self, one chance to live in your authenticity, one chance to go forward and leave an impact in this world. You've got the one chance. It doesn't mean that in your lifetime you'll only have one chance to do those things, but you do have this one life to take the chance to do those things. So why would you then assign yourself to a job that doesn't fit you? Why would you resign yourself to a career path that doesn't actually work for you? And why would you not give yourself the ability and wherewithal to challenge what you think you should be doing in favor of doing what is best for you? If you've been here a while, you know that I operate from this premise that your most authentic life is in fact what is best for you. So what I mean by authentic life and authentic living is that you have a calling. You were created to do something specific, to say something specific, to show up in this world in a very specific way. And as you are identifying what that created, gifted authenticity is, you are able to then align your life to that. As you align your life to what you were created for, you then have an opportunity to have the best, brightest, boldest version of your life. And boldest, I always put that in because it takes courage to rewrite your life. It takes courage to challenge what is supposed to be. It takes courage to challenge the norms. It takes courage. So you've got to be willing to have a bold life, right? So if you are building that bold, bright life in accordance with your authenticity, which is your designed reason for being, your calling, your message, your reason, your why, so to speak, then the job you are doing Shouldn't that be in alignment with that picture versus taking a job just for the sake of having the job, making a paycheck just for the sake of having the paycheck, and saying, oh, I'm going to fit my life around this? For most people, that's not even a conscious thought, but it is the substrata of the way that you spend your life every single day. So here we are. I probably need to pose you a few different questions. Here is the first one. When you took the job that you have, did you think about the kind of life you wanted to have first? Was that your first thought? Or by contrast, and to be fair, this is most people, was it more about what the job was going to give you? They are going to give me a promotion. They are going to give me money. They are going to give me benefits. They're going to give me these things. It doesn't matter if this fits inside of my life plan. This is my career plan. Now, as I even get to this part about when you took the job, did you think about how you wanted your life to be? Here's the thing. Your life plan and your career plan, they're not two different plans. That's not two different plans. You have one life. You're one you. You're one being. You're one body. You're one essence. You're one authentic being. You're only one of you. You can't split you and be, oh, this is my real life and this is my career life. If that is how you're approaching it, and again, full disclaimer, most people are living this way. You don't have to anymore, but most people are doing it this way, right? So if you are splitting your life and saying, oh, here's my real life, here's my career life, here's my vacation life, I'm segmenting myself into all these different versions of life and saying, oh, I can be this way. Doesn't that feel, now that I'm positioning it that way, doesn't it feel a bit all over the place? And y'all know I have ADHD. I don't have any problem with being all over the place, right? But doesn't it seem like there could be a better way for you to live in cohesion? My argument is that your authenticity, that as you start to align with what you are doing here, you become one again. The career you and the life you, they come together to make a beautiful picture of something you get to live every single day. So instead of trying to segment it out and be this part of your personality over here and this part of your personality over there, what if we start from the premise that you should really quit the job, that you didn't consider, that you went in for the benefits and the paycheck, that you went in under a different premise or a different version of the life that you wanted? Because to be fair, when you come up with your life plan, and here, please challenge that also. I told somebody when I was in Barbados recently that it very much is like an onion, right? There's all these layers to developing a life plan and, by essence, becoming your most authentic self. There are layers to this thing because as you unveil one layer of your authenticity, I promise you, you'll find something else. I promise you, once you set yourself at that first layer where you are tapping more into what it means to authentically be yourself, you are then going to discover that there is some other thing that you need to tap into. So if the first question is whether or not you consider the life you want to have, the second question is this: have you become stagnant? Have you gotten to a place inside of the career and the company where you are right now that just has you kind of cruising on autopilot? And by nature of that, kind of living for the weekend. Are you looking so forward to the vacations that you are going to have so that you can be yourself or recharge your battery? I've done a ton of episodes on burnout, and not that I'm ever going to get sick of it, because burnout is the path to, trauma and things and stuff that we don't want to happen. So I'm always trying to give you warning signs. This is also one. The notion that your career and your company, that you're going to need a break from those things. Sure, everybody needs a break from work. That's a natural part of it. But if you're living for the weekend, if you're just passing Monday through Thursday, and Thursday is more like Friday Eve to you than it is Thursday, just the day after Wednesday or the day before Friday, if it's more like Friday Eve to you, then this could be an indicator that it's time to consider the career and or the company. So are you running around in stagnation? Are you literally coasting through your work days, just trying to get to the end? And the only bright spot about your job is that it's funding the vacations that you're trying to have, under this other premise where if you do the work in alignment with your authenticity, and then by virtue of that, having your life path and your career path line up under this banner of you being your most authentic self, then maybe you don't need a vacation from your life. Maybe you don't need a vacation from your everyday. Maybe you're not just looking forward to Friday. Do you get tired? Sure. Absolutely. Doesn't matter. You could be the most aligned monk on the planet and you're still going to need a vacation from meditating. Honestly, because at some point, the human body needs a recharge, and that's fine. But there's a distinct difference between needing that in order to function and just having that as a process of your daily living in life. One of the things that I think is super important is to have those practices so that you're always recharging yourself. So if it's an annual vacation, great, I love that for you. But when you're living in alignment, you're not just living for the moment where you don't have to work. And there's like a nuanced difference here. But for those of you who this is true for, you feel it in your body. You know that Thursday is like, man, I can't wait to not have to do this work. I can't wait to not have to come in here. I can't wait to kind of a thing. And on the other side of that, coupled with the stagnation, coupled with the looking forward to the vacations and only the vacations, right? Like the job is just funding your vacations. Monday feels like actual on wheels. You know what I mean? Like it's coming and you're like, I'm not ready to go back in. I don't want to do it. Oh, I can't. Oh, my energy. Oh, the thing. Right? So you're living in misalignment. You're living out of alignment. First and foremost, because your career and or workplace are out of alignment, whether because you chose a career path that isn't in alignment with your most authentic self, or you chose a company that isn't in alignment with what really matters to your life plan. So this is why the life plan is so important. And trying to separate the two is going to leave you always kind of like dog circling and chasing tail, so to speak. You're always going to be looking for the way out. And the way out is just the way back in. Because if you're looking for vacation, how are you going to pay for it? So you go to the job. So you keep the job to try to fund the vacation when you say, I keep the job to fund the version of life that I have. Is the life that you have the best version of life for you? If you have fun everywhere but at your job, if you feel fulfilled and happy and all the things everywhere but at your job, then your life cannot be fully fulfilled because your job is where you spend most of your time. If it's where you spend most of your time, then it's taking up most of your life. If it is taking up most of your life, you cannot say, I am happy with my life. Oh, I just only hate my job. You are not separate you. You're one you. And the you that you are deserves to have a life that is lined up in the most authentic way so that your life plan has your job as a piece of the pie. Hey, thanks for tuning in to the Uncultured podcast. If this episode really resonated with you, I want you to go over to my website, theshawnak.com. Take this 3-minute quiz that's going to give you clarity about what to do for your next steps. No matter what you decide, the next right step for you is in front of you. It is not behind you. You're not too late and you're not out of step. Everything that you need is going to be right where you need it to be. I'll see you soon.